Hello. Here's a tree I just cut down this morning. I used my surplus brute bolo, and I figured I could come back for this whole piece later with a chainsaw. It's kind of thick down at the base here, so to take it off at a kind of a comfortable height, which is kind of fun actually. I stood on these rocks here, and so I was kind of chopping at head height, kind of like chopping at an adversary, hewing his head off on the battlefield there, so to speak. And so yeah, the tree came down here, and I cut off a section and split it, and then took a break for breakfast. So what I wanted to do today actually was just have a look at honing with a steel. Oops, excuse me. So I brought the Condor bolo out with me this time, the engineer bolo, with one of my favorite steels. This is a Solingen Dreisack, Germany. Hart verchromt. So maybe it's chromed or something, I don't know. That would be interesting if this was, hadn't really considered that before. Maybe it's not just straight up steel, or maybe that's not what that means at all. Chromt, I don't know what that means. Further research required. And aside from that, I got these split pieces over here, and I think that at this stage, this is a nicer one to work with maybe than the bigger bolo. I'm not sure, I'm not convinced yet, but I figured I would take this one out. And let me just grab one of those bits. Really nice and straight, and about 6 foot long. So, well, I already demonstrated how I would do that. I'm not really sure why I grabbed this. I brought some newspaper. What I forgot to bring with me was a stone to dull the edge, but I'll use a rock. This looks like a good rock for dulling a blade. Right, so what I thought I would do to demonstrate the functionality would be to show that the blade is sharp, which it should be. I'm guessing it will be. Okay. So now I will remove, maybe not the whole edge, just from here where we're choppy anyway. I'll just take the edge off here. Well, it'll still kind of cut, so let's give it another 5 strokes so we know for sure. That is dull. There is no edge. Now if I look on here, I can see the flat. I've created a flat. We still have a thin geometry. Might be a little toothy. Probably still chopped just fine. Here's a little piece of maple. Yeah, still chops in okay. Still chops in okay, but it's dull. So, now, how is the light? It's looking pretty good for what I want to do. I thought this would be ideal because the bevels had this kind of satin finish on them. And as soon as I start hitting this hard with this hone, I'm going to start burnishing that up, and we should be able to see it. So here's what I do. I'll start on the flat, not even close to the edge there. And just start burnishing. And it feels very rough right now. Feels very rough because of that satin finish. And so I can see what I'm doing. See the polish it's taken there. With each stroke, especially if your blade's a little dirty, a little rusty, a little patinaed, whatever, each time you stroke with the steel, you're leaving marks. And you can track those visually, and you can see how close you are to the apex. And you know, another way I could have cut this apex off was like this with the steel. Right? Oops, I just banged it. Anyway, I'm going to keep doing that. And I'm working my way down. I'm rolling with this hand. I'm rolling a little bit, and this one's just da-da-da-da-da-da. And I can see that I'm getting closer, closer, and closer to the apex. But maybe you can see that I'm not on the apex yet. I got about 1/16 of an inch before I even make it. So I won't worry about that. I'll just come and do the same side on the other side. Oh, another thing is to check at this point what my blade alignment's like. I don't know whether I'll be able to show. What I'm seeing is that the whole blade has a bit of a warp. Looking straight down the handle from this side, actually no, it's yeah, it's like the other bowler. Kind of bulges out here, and then it so basically, to go for straightness, I would take off material here and here. But I'm removing such negligible amounts of steel, but the principle holds because I'm straightening the edge, right? So I'll work a little harder up here. I can feel the shape of the blade also as I'm doing this. I can feel how it warps out a little bit here. And then a little here, a little more extra here, down here. Okay, so what have I done? Have I just smoothed it? Not quite. This is burnishing, this is work hardening. I am creating a molecules thick layer of extra hardened steel wherever I'm doing this. And that is that. I want to move that now up to the apex area. So I'm burnishing right up onto the apex. Right up to it. I'm brushing against the teeth now. So once I'm getting close, I'll start to feel little clicks from the burrs, from anything that's out of alignment. Little clicks, and if I'm feeling that, I'm staying at that angle or going back. I'm not going deeper in. So I guess notably what I'm doing right now is not honing per se, or is it? I don't know. But this is still blunt, because I haven't really touched that part yet. Yeah, still blunt up here where we dulled it. So now we need to cut, and usually I would use a stone, I guess. In fact, maybe I would just use this stone. Maybe I would try using this in preference to the steel, but let's try just using the steel, right? So somehow what I'm trying to do is now thin behind this area more and start to cut in. And so to cut in, now I have to go at a steep angle. And I have to go with the right amount of pressure such that I am neither just fatiguing the metal without removing anything, or conversely just ripping it. And I think that a good way to do that is swiftly, with a fairly light pressure, something like this. And also working inwards, right? Not working along the thing or out. Both of these are also useful, but for now, I'm going to be cutting in. Okay, so I can see where I've just rolled the burr